Now, let's start subquery, okay? Let's call it beginning subqueries. Okay, now, look at this. This is a table. We are going to call this table products. Okay? Products. Okay? Let's use this one to represent products. Please note, when you see the name of a table is a combination of rows and columns. That is, columns and rows. So when you see this, have in your mind the picture of what? Table that contains what? Rows and columns. Note this, it's very important. Now, if I want to select all the columns, because it is possible you decide to select some of the columns. But if you desire to select all the columns, you do select asterisk. Asterisk represents all columns from products. Okay? This one is saying, I want you to show me all the columns. So everything in this products table will be shown to you in the result grid. Okay? Assume this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E. And I'm interested to select B and D. I will simply say what? Select B, comma. I also want D. From where do you want to select them? From where? I want to select them from where? From products. This from product is saying, I know that there are many tables in the database. Remember, if this is a database, we have different tables in that database. That means we have a single table or multiple tables. This is, for instance, product. This can be for orders. This can be for employee. This could be for what? From suppliers. So the from is saying, I want BD from products table because I know it is possible that we have other tables that have these columns. So I need to tell the engine the particular table I want you to fetch this from. This one is saying I want you to fetch all the columns from this table. So the from is specifying the particular table you need to select this information from. Now, let me now introduce subquery. I want to use subquery here to achieve the same thing. I take you here. I want to use subquery to achieve the same thing. See what I'm going to do now. I will do select asterisk from. Let me remove this from here because I don't need it anymore. Okay? From, you agree with me that this product, as I said, represents all the what? All the columns are rows. That is, if, how do I? That is, this query, look at it as this pen. Okay? This pen. Look at this table at this pen. The query, if you run this query, you will have the table. So that means this query can represent the table. That is, if you run this query, you have all the columns and rows of products. It means if I say products, product table can come out and represent products. If I also say products, select asterisk from products, we achieve the same thing. We come out and say, I represent product, because this one is the name we give to all these columns and rows. The same thing goes that this guy also represents all columns and rows. I'm not saying, because two of you are doing the same thing, instead of me putting product here, I will use you to replace product. So I come to this place and say from, select asterisk from product. Okay? You see? In place of product that was here before, I use this guy to represent it. But to show that this is a subquery, I will use alias. I say as whatever, like sub. You can say sub, you can say a, you can say anything. Remember, you can remove this from here and put subdirect. SQL knows that what? You are putting what? This as what? Alias. That is as sub. So this is what you are telling the system that what? This is what? A subquery. Okay? You get it? This is a subquery, because what is going on is that this select, we select from what this will give to us, because this guy will produce this for us, then this one will go and select from its result. Let's also apply that on this last one. That is this. How we do select? Select B, select D, from, instead of product, I put this. From select asterisk from product. Then I put, say, sub. You see? This guy will give me all the columns, A, B, C, D, E. I am saying the result of this guy, which is everything here, I also want to select from its result. Select it from the result of another query. This is the result of this query. I am not selecting from the result of this query. That is, I'm picking A and D from its result. Is allowed. That is what? Subquery. Selecting from the result of another subquery or of another select. That is select. Selecting the result of another select. Okay? You get it? I believe you are getting it. Now, let's run this assay. If we run this now, so you can see in this place, we have all these columns, okay, with all these rows, 77 rows. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this product is a name given to this table, this old table. Okay, and this is saying select all the columns from this product. We can also select from another table. So you can see this is a different table. You can also select from another table, say employees. Another table, okay? Let's go back to product, because we use product in our example while we are what? In the class. What we are now seeing is we can use everything here to represent this. So in place of that, I'm going to put this. Then I put here sub to tell the system that what? This is a what? A subquery. That is,
alias what? Subquery. I can put anything there. Let me run this first. See the same result, the same thing we are getting from what? From the database. Here supposed to be as, that is alias. Still the same thing. I can put anything here. I can put A here, for instance. I can put D here. Depends on you. Anything you want to put. So let's go back and put sub. Okay. Now we are saying sometimes it is possible that you don't want to select all the what? All the columns. See, I just want to select few columns. For instance, this. I want to select product name, that is this column. I also want to select unit price, that is this column. If I select this now, I run it, only this, you see, I'm selecting only 2 columns from this table, products. I am saying in place of the same products, I can use this to represent it. Okay? Now, if I run it now, I'm still going to have the same thing. Okay? This is what we are talking about. This is what introduces Subquery into our queries. Hope this is understood. Let's go straight to the next class.